Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with Dungeon Meshi episode 15 reaction. So the previous episode we get to know quite a bit about Kabru's group, and we got to see them before, but in the previous episode we get like a detailed explanation about who they are, where, like what are their backgrounds and stuff. And yeah, we can see that Kabru is very intelligent. He is able to like quite literally deduce Laius's party, what they consist of, just sitting there and basing everything on like different, like like evidence and things that you have heard about. So yeah, he, by the end of it, he's pretty much point on the Laius's party composition, what people there are, and like all that stuff. So that was pretty impressive. Not only that, we get also to see how he thinks that, like, which is something that was brought up by the orc, that orc guy as well. He thinks that Laios is someone who is so casual with human, like, relation and interactions, because he's literally not interested in humans. It will be dangerous if something from this dungeon gets into hands of him or his sister, the Tholen siblings. He's kind of, like we cannot let that happen, because he's going to do something crazy with it, and it'll not be good. So like that is why his goals are to stop him from whatever. Yeah. So that was that, and then we meet Shuro again. Shuro is back, and he has quite a few people with him. And in the end, we see Kabru talking with Shura and saying that, oh, I might be able to help you out, and that's where it ended. So let's see what happens today. Episode 15. Let us begin. I'll be putting the subtitles and the timer here, sync it to whichever is your preference, and let's get started. Okay, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Hmm. 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 Oh yeah, these guys are lost. Oh god. Shifting and change. Oh, right. Well, that's not good. Hmm. Oh, what? Right. His face. Yeah. So it is time to bustle. I see. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh god. Oh. Yeah. How old is that? I think. What? No. I can. Understand about Lias, he's probably still young. Ooh. Is it food? Ah. Yeah, that's true. Nice. Oh wow, this is a right. Whoa, what are those? Elves? No. What the? Some kind of fairies? Oh. Oh no. Oh my god, what are these? Right. Oh! Some kind of plant? Oh, the dried flowers. Sticking to the mucous membrane. Oh, it starts sneezing or something. Oh. Yeah. Hey, okay, I was gonna say start sneezing, basically. God damn. Don't breathe it, yeah. Where's Marcel? Yeah! Yeah. Oh my god, there's still one left. Oh no, we don't have anyone to fight. Marcel is. Oh, they. Okay. Nice! Oh, it's. Oh god. This is not good. There's still more. Ah! Yeah. But he cannot also see, yeah. Oh, okay. But he cannot smell. Yeah, hearing. Hearing can work. Oh, well, that's not good. Wind. Okay. Oh, finally. Oh god. Oh god. Yeah, well. Hmm. Kind of reminds me of Hell's Paradise. Wow. Marcel is saying this. What? Hey yo, why do they have faces on them? Oh god. Oh. Oh yeah, that's true. Care for protective. Buds. Oh no. Okay. Because otherwise they'll, like go extinct and all that. Oh no, not this again. Yeah. Oh my god, they have these things. Oh no. I. Oh god, that's funny. Hmm. Oh. Look like cabbages a little bit, you know? Uh. Yeah, it looks like cabbage. Kind of. And that looks like a pumpkin. This looks like a cabbage. Okay. Ah. Bruh. I love how it's just staring at you. Damn. We'll have to. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Yeah. They're again becoming, positive. Nice. I feel like, yeah, she should not. That's true. Wait, what? Oh. Hey. What? Okay. What? No magic. Right. Hmm. Well, neat. Yeah, he's old. He said that he's like an adult. Hmm. Right. Um. Yeah. Well. Okay. Right. Oh, the healing. Has he? No. What? Hey. Okay. What? What? Okay. So. Oh, so she's like. Okay. Let it flow through my head to the tips of my toes. Okay. So is this like a healing spell? No. Whoa. Yeah. What? Oh. What's okay? So it was. Oh. Talented line. Mm. Yes, okay. Okay. What? Hey yo, you're wand. Bruh. uh, mm. Come on, now you cannot, like, what will social skills do in this situation? Uh, Alright. Maybe. That's why he's so. Right. Ooh. Boil it, yeah. Vaporize. Whoa. Yeah. Infusing coordinate. Hmm. Due to section of the dungeon. I see. Okay. Oh. Oh my god, yeah. But the bricks are. This is the. Like the magician is doing this. Oh no. Mana. Because of mana, like reduction? Yeah. Oh god. Yeah. Oh my god, he's bleeding. Good god. Oh, wait. Oh, is he. Is he seeing ghosts now, just like his sister? Oh, okay, never mind. It's just mana sickness. Oh my god. Yeah, I was gonna say, what? Jump down! Oh no, what's that? Hey, no, 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 move, move. There was an elevator or something? Great. Cockatrice, yeah. Good god. Oh no, hopefully there's nothing in here. Um. Oh god, yeah, it has freaking heat detection, whatever. Maybe we can use. I was gonna say maybe if we use the snake to look at the cockatrice, maybe it can. Yeah. Right. Uh, Oh God, those will be something. Maybe it's magic too. Yeah. Well. Yeah. It's not gonna work. Okay, she was thinking how to do it. Yeah. She made like an explosion in the background. Yeah. Nice. Yeah. Oh God. Ugh. Oh no, now she's poisoned or something. I feel like. Whoa. Wait, who did that? Who did the explosion? Yeah. Bro- Oh no, 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 no. Yeah, yeah, the venom. Maybe suck the poison out or something. I don't. What? What's happening? Yeah. Oh no, that would have been better, you know? This is way more complicated now. Yeah, you have to properly keep. Oh god. Yeah, maybe. I'm sure there is. Yeah, wait, I guess. Hmm. Okay. Nice. Reverse petrification. Yeah, like maybe might work. Okay. Hmm. Okay, no, 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 no. Yeah. Hmm. This would follow. Okay. Good idea. Oh no. Oh god. Bro, they're using it as like a like a weight. Day two. Okay. Nice. Lysis. Wow. Right. Oh no, not. Oh god, not again. Oh, nice. Wait, so was the spell. Did the spell work? Okay. uh, yeah. Wow. Wow. What a great way to wake up. Food in front of you immediately. Yeah, maybe all of them worked, you know. Yeah, thank them for the help. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, that's the other one, I guess. Right. Mm. And there you go. Another great episode. Wow, that was interesting. So, today's episode was basically them trying to come out of the dungeon, but different situations being like obstacles in their way, and them surviving from that. Also, Marcel was able to teach Laios like basic like spells, and like in the end, like they said, nobody knows which one worked. Like it might be the vegetables that Chilchak brought, or the food that Senshi cooked, or like Laios's spell, or maybe each and every one of them worked and helped out, helped to release the petrification spell, but it worked, and Life was also able to kind of heal a little bit, as you can see, but he was like suffering from mana depletion or whatever, so he'll need to get used to it. And damn, that's crazy. So like just imagining how like after using that little bit amount of healing spell, how it really affected Laios. Like it's crazy to think how like mages, like like Falin or Martial, are able to use so much magic and then they're still fine. Obviously it's because they're probably used to it. I'm sure like when they started like doing magic for the first time, they probably also went through these, like this mana depletion, this whole thing, like, but it kind of shows that how much they have progressed, I guess, since then. Because you can see like Laios literally used like a little bit of healing, and that's it. He like almost like toppled down. His like head was spinning and everything. His like nose was bleeding. He was hallucinating. So yeah, like that's probably what happens when you're new to learning magic and you're using like magic for the first time. And then now, like as you grow, you can see probably you'll be able to become as strong as Falin or Martial, and not get affected by a little bit of mana depletion. Either way, you know what? It was a good idea. I think like Marcel teaching Laios like basic magic spell, because it will be necessary, as you can see. And since Falin and Laios obviously they're siblings, um, Marcel probably thought that Laios would be able to like catch, like understand like magic better than the other two, and maybe he would also have some kind of a like a talent for grasping it better and quicker. And yeah, and there you go. It did work. So yeah, now all he needs to do is like practice and everything. Right. And another thing we can see in today's episode is, as you can see, like in the very beginning, they were all like just dying and everything. They were like, "Oh, we cannot move forward. Like, it's just all over." And then they fought those dried flowers, and they were even in a worse situation after that. And then when after they cooked food and ate food, they're like, everything's fine. So yeah, it's very important, like food management and having a proper source of food. And I feel like that is the reason why like Laios' group is so strong inside a dungeon, is because I guess they, like, anyone can do stuff like this. Anyone can eat, like, defeat the monsters and cook them and eat them, but they don't do it because, obviously, like, yeah, like, who would even think of killing monsters and using the raw materials to cook food and eat them? Nobody in the right mind would think something like that. I remember Namari kind of commenting on something like that, like, what the hell? Like, you guys, like, do this? And, but it's helpful, as you can see. Like, their morale is, like, so high now. As soon as they were able to get food. Just imagine, like, stuck in a dungeon like this without any rations. And you're hungry, you don't have energy, like you lose your mind, like. But here, as soon as they were able to defeat those dried fruits, and literally since he just cooked up everything and just like made a good meal out of it, and they ate it and like ate the food, everyone was like, it's so much better, and the confidence got boosted, yeah. So yeah, it's very important, having a proper source of food, and like a shelter, food and shelter. Shelter, I guess it's fine because they're in a dungeon. They can literally just go to a corner and like one of the rooms and just sleep over there. um but food is very important, and this being Laios's group, they're pretty used to eating like food from the dungeon. It's fun to see how Marcel has like come such a long way. And the very first episode, she was like, "Oh, what the hell is this? I don't want to eat it," and like basically like that. And now she's the one who actually, I think, proposed that, oh, we should better get some food, and like and I think, like, yeah, that's what she did. And Ziljak was like, "Wait, you're saying that we should, like, eat food from the monsters?" And she was like, "Yeah, like there's nothing else to do now." So she's come a long way. Right. And sometimes it's a bit freaky, so for example, eating, like drinking that soup thing that Senshi made in a pumpkin which has a face in it and that's literally staring at you. That's weird, but nothing you can do about it. Imagine eating something and it literally stares at you. Your food is like literally staring at you. That is so weird. But yeah, nothing you can do about it. Just you just have to do, like, go through it. Okay. Then we meet the cockatrice. That is, it has the tail, like the snake tail, which like petrifies things. Now, here's what I was thinking. I was thinking maybe we can, I don't know, like somehow turn the cockatrice. No, I guess that's wait, that's different. I was gonna say, like, like I think I was making what I thought was like, oh wait, if you make the cockatrice somehow look at the chicken part of it, maybe it can petrify it. But no, I guess it won't work because the petrification comes from the poison, not from the sight. Like, wait a minute, basilisk. Ooh, but the petrification from basilisk also comes from the venom, isn't it? Wait a minute, because I do remember in some, like, some stories, like, basilisks literally look at you and you petrify. Yeah, there you go. Legendary reptile reputed to be a serpent king who causes death to those who look into their eyes. Yeah. So, but I guess it comes from the poison here. Okay, what about a cockatrice? Let me check. Cockatrice. Now this is a thing, like these type of like fantastical creatures. They have a lot of variations. A lot of games, a lot of animes have their own variations of the the creatures. And we can see here in Dungeon Meshi. I remember like they have taken a few variations as well, made a few variations to the other creatures. For example, those mermen and like a few other things. I remember them like tweaking it a little bit, you know so here, let me look at what an actual cockatrice is. A cockatrice is a mythical beast, essentially two-legged dragon, wyvern or serpent-like creature with rooster's head. There you go. Described by Lawrence as an ornament in the drama of poetry. Okay. Yeah, cockatrice has a reputed ability to kill people with either looking at them, um, touching them, or sometimes breathing on them. There you go. So there's differences. This version of the cockatrice in Dungeon Meshi, it doesn't petrify you only looking at you. It needs to bite you, and then only you will be petrified, I guess. Which is actually quite good, because in a way, if this was a cockatrice which if he looks at you, get petrified, that'll be a mess. Like that'll be like too dangerous. You cannot. How can you even defeat something like that in this situation, at least? Like when they're all like tired and worn down. Either way, yeah, they fought with the basilisk, and like what's her name? Marcel got bitten. She gets petrified. This part is so funny. I love this part where Laios is like, when you get like bit by a cockatrice, you take out down your pants, sit down cross-legged, put your hands like this, and just stay like that. And okay, I don't understand one thing. Why did he say to take down the pants? Like, oh, so that she can sit like that. Okay, I see. That makes sense. I was like, okay, yeah. Otherwise, it's going to like, yeah. Right. So, and it's so hilarious because then Master realized like what he's doing is not really going to cure her, but it's making sure to prevent that when she becomes petrified, she doesn't topple over or anything. And she's like, what the hell are you doing? Tried to do like something with her hands, and bam, that's when she got petrified. And yeah, so I feel like what Laios was saying, if she actually did it properly without, like intervening in that, like the situation would have been at least a little bit better than how it was, because the way she got petrified was so like uncomfortable, and not only uncomfortable but also very dangerous, because if you just topple over, bam, your hand can get broken or whatever. It's over then. So yeah, that's why like, yeah, but still it kind of worked. They kept her body properly, like like in a proper position, so that she doesn't topple over or anything. And they literally use her as like a weight on top of the food. Oh god, that's hilarious. You know what, this is one thing I really love about this show. It has such a unique way of making like crazy situation and very like like dangerous situations like this into a joke. Like it literally transforms like very serious situations into actual jokes. Like, not to say that it's always joking around. There are its serious parts. We've seen that before. The whole thing with Falin and everything. Those are very serious. But sometimes, like these type of situations, it's just like it's just a joke at the end of the day. And right. And you know what? I guess it makes sense, because they're dungeon. Like they go inside dungeons, and like they're literally going through life and death. So unless and until you're able to just, I don't know, like take something very casually, unless and until you're able to do that, you won't be able to survive in the dungeon. Like if you take everything seriously and always like like, yeah, that will just mess with your head. Like it's just going to mentally drain you all the time. So they're always like like in any type of dangerous situation as well, they're always like looking for the bright part and how to properly do it. Properly get out of that situation. Right. And this part was funny. I should have realized that's what's going to happen. That was what the punchline is going to be, because in the end, when Marcel was like, oh, you guys, like she was going to say sorry, but she's like, oh no, there's something else I should say before. And usually it is like, oh, thank you so much. That's how it goes. And I should have known that there would be a punchline to this, because like it had to be. But I thought like she was going to say thank you or something, but no. Yeah, she was like, what the hell? Why did you use me as a fermentation weight? Don't use someone as a fermentation. So yeah, I should have realized that. I should have seen that coming. I thought she was going to like say like thank you or something, but nope, obviously not. Uh, yeah, I should have seen that coming, but you know, uh, yeah. Anyways, that was today's episode. Really good episode, and yeah, just we have to get out of here, I guess. Don't know how, but you know, little by little, we are still trying, attempting to. So I'm sure they'll be out very soon. And here's another thing. I don't know. I'm not really sure if they'll actually be able to get out of the dungeon, because I feel like in the previous episode we saw Shuro coming in contact with what was his name? Oh my god, I forgot his name. Oh my god, the new guy. What's his name? Kaburu. Yeah. Shuro coming in contact with Kaburu. So like I was thinking maybe their group is going to bump into our group or something. If that happens, then I feel like we might not go back out, because like this is something I said in the previous episode when it was decided that Lysa's party will go out. I was like, yeah, either they're going to go out, actually rest and get a proper team and come back, or there somehow they will be interrupted while going out and they probably won't be able to go out and they'll have to come back. I feel like that might actually happen if like Shuro and Kaburu, their group, bumps into them. I don't think they're going back. They'll probably sorry, I don't think they're going out of the dungeon. They're probably like come back and just go. You know what? Let's wait and see. Yeah. So there you go. Now that was today's episode. Now let me talk about this episode scene by scene. So the very first episode. Oh, another thing I forgot to mention. I love the variety this show has. Like it's actually like it actually feels like we're seeing a fantasy show, because there's so many different like creatures and everything. Like we've seen like basilisks, like mermen, a lot of other things like orcs. What else? Elves. Like there's halflings. Like no, what do you call them? Halflings, doesn't it? They call them half-foot. So I'm guessing they're usually halflings, aren't they? They're called, Chilchak. Yeah. Then we have dwarves. We have what else? Like living armors, like moving paintings. Like kelpie. What else? Dragons. Today we got to see the dryad flowers. Like mandrake. Like I can name a bunch of other stuff as well. Like a lot of other creatures as well. Like it's just cockatrice, basilisk. Yeah, so many variety. And what episode is this? Episode 15. In these few episodes, we've seen so many creatures, and I just love that. Like it doesn't feel like a fantasy anime unless and until you see some magical, fantastical creatures, and I really like this. About like it feels like you're actually like in a dungeon, properly fighting against like otherworldly beings, and yeah, it's just fun to see these different things. Right. Anyways, so yeah, let me talk about this episode scene by scene now. In the very first scene, we get to see Lys's group struggling to get out, and okay, we haven't had a decent meal since then. Okay, so you can see that Senshi's like these like kids, they need food. Now it's funny because like as far as I can remember, Chilchak said that he was like in his mid 40s or something, I think, as far as I can remember, and Marcel is something similar to that. So so Chilchak isn't a kid. Neither is Marcel, I would like to say, but at the same time, like elves, like lifespan, since it's so big, I guess their like childhood and teenage years and adulthood is as long. So in that sense, from an elf's point of view, Marcel is still young, but from a human's point of view, Marcel is in her mid, like, 50s or something, and she's like literally like an adult, like an old adult or something. So in that sense, but from an elf's point of view, yeah, she's still a kid. That is true. So the only person I could say that is like an old, like is old here, like not old, like is, like not really old, but actually like older than everyone else here, is Chilchak, because he literally said that I'm like in my 40s or something. He said. Also, I'm guessing Senshi is also quite like, like probably in a similar age, like maybe a little bit older than Chilchak. Not really sure. You know. No, but wait a minute. No, maybe I don't know. Maybe Senshi isn't that old. Like, I just think he's old because he has this big amount of beard. But he's a dwarf. Like, obviously he will have a big thick beard, and a mustache. Like, definitely. But I'm not really sure about Senshi though. I'm not sure. Like, yeah, it'll be funny if he's actually younger than Chilchak, because then that'll be really fun. But I don't think so. I feel like he and Chilchak are probably at the same age or something. Who knows? We're not really sure. But like I said, I'm excluding Marcel from all of the age discussion, because from an elf's point of view, she's probably still a teenager. So in that sense, if you look at it, then yeah, she's not that old. But from a human's point of view, she's quite old. Either way, right. And obviously Laios is there. I feel like Laios is probably the youngest out of everyone here, isn't he? I think so. Right. So anyways, so yeah, like what was I saying? Yeah, Senshi was thinking like, oh, I have to feed these young ones, and then he is like, what should I, like he's thinking what to cook and what to feed them, because obviously if you don't have food, if your stomach isn't filled, your morale will go down. Like, everything is just bad. With a filled stomach, everything is good. And your mental state is also very like high. Like, when you don't have food, you're just going to get depressed, and a little amount of confidence that you probably would have had with a filled stomach would be non-existent. So it would make the situation even worse. So yeah, and they're like injured and everything. They need food. Marcel needs to replenish her mana capacity, and yeah. Anyways, so here they were like trying to see like the how to get out of here. And then Chilchak was like climbing the wall, and then he saw like the dragon just flying. Chilchak just stops, freezes in his tracks. And they realize that the monsters are coming out because the dragon is not here. Okay, then after that, okay, so Chilchak is like, it's like, oh, it smells like flowers. There must be some flowers here. Something sweet is smelling. And then they realize like, if there's flowers, there must be water there. So they go towards that direction, and they come across these dryad flowers. Now, like I said, this scene really reminded me of Hell's Paradise or Jigokuraku, because of those dryad-looking flowers. Like, we literally have all of that in Hell's Paradise as well. But either way, this is like, like these are like dryad flowers, and they like, I didn't really know what they were properly unless and until they mentioned it, because there's, up until now we've seen like creatures which you can kind of see and kind of recognize. You'll be like, oh, that looks like a mermaid. Oh, that looks like a mandrake, and stuff like that. But I wasn't 100% sure what these were. I thought they were like fairies or something. Like, or maybe like some kind of a I did realize that they were some kind of a plant, because they literally have like things growing from their head. But then when they said like, oh, they're dried flowers, I'm like, oh, I see, that makes sense. And yeah, and then these things starts coming at us and just spewing out pollen. I love the detailed explanation about the pollen, as to how they explain what pollen is and how it is like an allergy, it brings like an allergic reaction inside of you, and your like immunity system tries to attack it, but then you to do that you have to sneeze. That's why you continuously keep sneezing to take out that foreign substance out of you. They literally give us the explanation of what an allergy is, and how the body tries to spew that out by sneezing, coughing. That's why during hay fever and all of that, you sneeze, your eyes start watering. It tries to like bring the outside body, like things, the pollen particles out of your body. They literally explain that, they give a scientific explanation to it. And and then we see them just like drooling from the mouth, the nose, the eyes is tearing up, and the dried flowers are still attacking. So Chilchak was fine for the moment at least, but then when they attack the dried flower, it starts spewing more like pollen out, and Chilchak also gets affected by it. In the end, Chilchak since she's like you be my eyes, tell me what to do. And since Chilchak cannot see at that point of time, and he's also continually seizing, he decides to keep like use his hearing, but he realizes that since she's sneezing is also like interfering with it. Either way, in the end, he kind of uses his like sensing ability to properly sense where the dried is and deal a final blow to it. And yeah, Marcel was outside, so like she was fine, but her stuff has broken. So yeah, either way, they come out and Marcel's like, "What the hell is happening to you guys?" Okay, either way, here is where I think this is where Marcel says like we have to use these as ingredients. We cannot be picky anymore, and because they need food. And Senshi is like, "All right, don't worry, leave it to me." And Lars has also ready. He also brought those pumpkin-looking things which has like eyes on it. For a moment, I thought those were like alive or something, but I doubt they were alive. They were just staring at you, and that's it. Right. And this part is funny because Mercy's like, okay, let me reverse back time. I don't want to be dealing with any of this. Right. In the end, we also get some fruit from the like the female dryads. All that stuff happened, and we were able to get quite a few ingredients. So they chop the ingredients. Then she starts, kind of cooking them. So we have like literal like pumpkin looking things. We have like cabbages, mushrooms, and cheese. And there you go. I love how Senshi like provides the soup kind of thing in the pumpkin to Marcel. The eyes were literally staring at Marcel. Marcel's like, that's so weird. Okay, anyways. Okay, so then they start talking about how to get out of here. How they realize that the mage is somehow changing the layout of the dungeon. So they're like, we need to think of like the similarities, how he's doing it, and look for a pattern, and then we might be able to get out of here. Okay, and this is where Marcel is like, I'm going to teach Laios a little bit of magic. Like your sister is able to do it pretty easily. I'm sure you have talent as well. So I'll teach you because it's very much necessary. Right, and while all of this is happening, oh my god, this part is hilarious. Then she's treating Marcel as Chilchak as a child, and then she's like, Chilchak, sit down here. Let me give you the talk. And he starts talking, and Chilchak is like, what are you saying? And he's like, you see, humans also have stamens and pits. And Chilchak is like, what the hell? Oh god, that was funny. Okay, then after that, like Laios is touching Marcel's ears, and then she like grabs it like this. Marcel's like, the hell are you doing? Like, what the hell is wrong with you? Okay, so he was telling him to do it because like to heal her and to properly feel, I guess, like the sensation. Another thing, I think she was trying to teach him how to properly circulate the thing, the mana or whatever in his body. Okay, yeah, hey, this is what she says. Here we go. Okay, just a minute. Right, so she takes Laios' hand, puts it in her like ear and cheek, and she's like, be mindful of the magic coursing through your body, like blood through your veins. Let it flow through your palms of your hand, from the top of your head to the tips of my toes. Okay, sync your breathing temperature and pulse with. That's why she was telling him to, like touch her, so that he could like sync both the breathing, the pulse, and probably like the mana thing. Um, and then chant the spell, and then starts chanting the spell, and okay. So then she's like, oh, it's itching. I guess it worked. Okay, so yeah, the scab came off. So yeah, her thing has healed. It was bleeding a little bit. Um, but she's like, it's fine. Like it's normal for your first time, but he was at least able to do it. Okay, right. So then she's like, okay, now that's out of the way. Let's practice it on Senshi. I love this part where Senshi's like laying down, and Senshi's like, oh my god, what's happening? And since his torso is like like injured, he lies, touches his torso, and Slench like, well, what are you doing? Like that felt weird. Lies was like, sorry. Don't be embarrassed. Feeling shy is the biggest obstacle to progress. Okay, so here Chilchak's like, oh, like healers interact with a lot of people, which causes a lot of difficulties. That is why, like since they're usually comes in contact to heal you and everything, it might bring in a little bit of, like misunderstandings and stuff. And the main reasons parties break up is often due to relationship issues. And he's like, that's why I think we should have taught lives proper communication skills, social skills, instead of this. Here we go. A leader needs the ability to unite people more than combat skills. Um, to be honest, I want Liars to focus developing his social skills and his ability to read people more than magic. Um, if he had done so, he wouldn't have unknowingly ended up being an accomplice in black magic. Okay, so right, so I can understand what Chilchak is saying, because it is true he needs more communication skills, because as we had already established it before, that Laios needs to understand humans properly, since he's not able to empathize with people and maybe like like properly you know like understand them and know them. He comes through a lot of problems, and we've already like established this whole thing. Like, so yeah, but I guess like Chilchik is saying like we should have done that from the beginning, but for now at least, yeah, magic is necessary. I feel like what Marcel is doing here is very important. I don't know how this is going to like it sure is going to help, and I think we already got to see a little bit of the result, because don't know what was able to break Marcel out of the petrification, but I'm sure like Laios's magic helped out a little bit in it. So we've already started seeing results in it. So it is very important that he needs to know at least a little bit magic. Like, if he can, I mean, he has potential of knowing, like learning magic. So I think it's the best time that we teach him that. Like, at least do basic, like elementary spells, like maybe, like like a defensive spell, or maybe like a offensive spell, like healing, stuff like this. Like, obviously, like we're not telling him to become a mage, just basic skills, to know, to for emergencies. Um, yeah, but like I can understand what Chilchak is saying as well, but at the same time, for now, in this situation, it is important. Like social skills won't help you, at least in this situation when you're trying to get out of a dungeon, with literally monsters crawling everywhere. Right. But yeah, but that wasn't what Chilchak was saying. Chilchak was saying that we should have done this from the very beginning, like taught him proper like social skills from the very beginning, so that um like he didn't become an accomplice to, like, I guess in a way Chilchak is kind of like like saying that, oh, we shouldn't have done that, the whole situation with Falin. But like Marcel is like, maybe your ignorance is making you afraid, ignorance about magic. You're thinking that like forbidden magic or whatever is something very dangerous or something. Well, it is dangerous, that is why it's called forbidden magic, but still he has like a very big like, I guess you could say, prejudice towards it or whatever. And he's like, oh, very sorry about that. Many of my kin got kidnapped by elves and never came back just because they were involved with some black magic artifact. That's why I never got the chance to learn about magic. So he's like, yeah, like, I have my own trauma on this. So yeah. Okay, so Master's like, to sum up the ancient magic. So he's like, yeah, what I'm learning is not something dangerous. It is dangerous, but it's not something to be feared. So she says it draws energy from the dimension where infinity exists. How do you turn a cup of water into vapor? Boil it. What about a lake? Vaporize an entire lake? Theory is same, but doing it a bit trickier. Magic would require enormous amount of power and time. Reinforce it with coordinate magic. Dungeons connected to other dimensions at multiple points. It's through this power that monsters are summoned and the dungeon is formed, which is true. Earlier Fali no longer had the strength to revive herself. So I rewrote section of the dungeon and make her body a part of the dungeon. And that's how I was able to gain the power from another dimension and probably use it too. Only from a brief moment though. Very interesting, because this is like what she says about drawing power from another dimension and using it. That is the type of forbidden magic that she uses. There is something very similar like this in another anime, if you guys have seen. One of my most favorite animes, Fate. I remember in Fate, the Zelreth sword. No, what was it called? Yeah, this Zelreth sword, wasn't it? No. Oh god, I forgot the name. That sword that Rin uses. It just works on a similar principle where it uses like parallel dimensions and like gains magic from all the parallel dimensions. That is why it's very strong. It gains mana from parallel dimensions and uses it because it is based on the second magic. Yeah. In Fate, the thing behind that sword, it works based on second magic, and second magic is something which which falls under like parallel world and like multiple universes and stuff like that, where you can travel from one parallel world to another. So using that as a principle, it draws energy from multiple parallel universes and parallel world. That's why it's extremely strong. So this kind of reminded me of that, right. Oh, the Azot sword. I think something like that it was called. I've forgotten the name. Anyways, right. I went on a tangent, but either way, suddenly something interrupts them. And they try to go and see what's happening. Laius is like dizzy because of his whole mana. He used magic for the first time, so he goes. Like he's like there resting while Chilchak and all of them go to see what's going on. And the dungeon is changing, but then they realize that like an elevator part of the dungeon comes up and there's literally a cockatrice inside of it. And oh god, they're screwed. They start running, get inside like one of the rooms, but they realize like the cockatrice's serpent part, it's a serpent, it can like detect heat signatures. So it's only the serpent that realizes what's happening, that they're inside that room. The chicken part has no clue. So using that as an opportunity, Senshi and they're like, Marcel, you have to distract it, just like Laios did. So Marcel goes out, and obviously she's very scared, but she's like, I have to do this. And she tries to remember what what Laios did. Laios made himself look big and like growled at it. So Marcel like kind of like does like a simulation in her head, like what if I do it something like that, but then she realizes that she's going to get bitten. It won't work. So then I love how Marcel tries to like bring her own twist into this. He comes out and makes like an explosion at the back to make her look intimidating. Did kind of work though. Senshi and Chilchak comes out, but now the basilisk is looking at Marcel, tries to attack her, does attack her, bites her as well, but in the end, they were able to defeat the cockatrice. Yeah. since she was able to, like, attack and defeat it. Okay, now all that aside, she got bitten. So she comes in, and Lys is like, wait, so you got bitten, now you're going to get petrified. So this part is, like I said, this part is pretty funny, where he's like, oh, take down your pants, sit down, like, like put your legs, knees together, put your hands together like this. Marcy's like, the hell are you doing? I want a way to undo this petrification, whatever's going to happen. And she was making a weird pose at that time, and she gets petrified there. So it's more problem now. She can topple over, break. One of her eyelashes also break, but it's fine. It's just eyelashes. So yeah. So they're like, okay, we need to properly put her somewhere. So they decide to make her like a fermentation weight. Puts her on top of the pot and puts, like, it's funny. And then they're like, there's few things we can do. First, wait. If we wait, we have to wait for 6 months. If not, we can use a healing spell or some herbs. So now after that, they start trying to think how to bring Marcel back and break the petrification spell. So Chilchak brings in like a few vegetables, and how do you use it? They make it like a like puts it on top of her like a face pack or whatever, and then like in the end, Lys is like, okay, so let me try my magic spell. So he starts chanting the spell, and here Dungeon kind of shakes. Marcel's almost falling on top of him. She probably would have broken here, or somehow probably the part would, maybe some part, like Lys was ready to catch her, but if something somehow like went wrong, she probably would have broken. But thank God, in this moment, her petrification came out. Yeah. And Marcel's like, what's happening? Because she has no clue what's going on. She, like, and it was like, oh, thank God. So they're like, which one did the trick? Each of them is like, oh, it's because of my vegetable. Then she's like, oh, because of the food that I fed her before. Lys is like, oh, maybe because of my magic spell. Whatever it is, it worked, and maybe each and everything worked a little bit and ended, depetrifying Marcel at the end. And in the end, Marcel is like, guys, I'm so sorry, but she was like, wait a minute, I shouldn't apologize. There's something better I can do. And I was like, yeah, she's going to say thank you. But then I realized, nope. Obviously, there should be a punchline to this whole thing. And in the end, the punchline was, you shouldn't use someone as a fermentation weight, which is, yeah, I guess fair enough. But yeah, they needed to do that. Otherwise, she could have toppled and easily. And another thing we have to remember, the whole dungeon is just shaking now and then. So we have to be very careful so that she didn't break. But either way, that's where it ended. Really funny episode, and yeah, well, let's see how it goes and what happens. So that is it. Thank you for watching, guys. This was my reaction to episode number 15 of Dungeon Meshi. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button and subscribe if you're new to the channel or you haven't subscribed. Comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know. I'll check them out. And that is it. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next week with another episode of Dungeon Meshi. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.